So you've probably been told a lot about hard work, discipline, grinding. And you probably know this stuff's not meant to be fun. It's meant to be painful. And that's what makes it worthwhile. Because going through the pain will give you the benefit later down the line, which is true. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're happy with that, sure, no problem. What I'm here to tell you in this video is that by the end of this video, I will give you a framework that you can follow, which will allow you to make the discipline, the hard work, the grind, make it fun, make it enjoyable. So you can literally be able to you'll be happy to wake up and do the hard work. You won't have to pull yourself out of bed in the morning at 5 a.m. Spring out of bed before at 4:59. Right, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You can make the grind fun, and if you stick around until the end of this video, you will know how. So let's not waste any more time. I'm not going to talk about dopamine detox in this video because I'm pretty sure you already know that. It's basically been split around. There's nothing wrong with the advice. It works, but it works for a certain level. If you can, once you remove all your bad habits, there's not really as much anything you can really add in or take away. So what this video is talking about is a completely different topic, similar but not same but different, right? So what I'm trying to teach you here at How to Make the Grind Fun is using your self-image and the way you see yourself. So we all have a self-image inside of us, which is how we see ourselves, and this determines our behavior patterns, actions, our likes, dislikes, things like that. So let me give you an example. An example would be, let's say you have a gamer, a person who sees themselves as a gamer. Now this person will have no trouble sitting in a computer for 6 hours and playing Minecraft, right? Because he sees himself as a gamer. Now let's go to the other side of the coin. Let's see someone as like a bodybuilder, someone who sees himself as an athlete, right? Someone like that. This person will have no trouble eating clean. In fact, if he eats dirty, if he eats like junk food, he will hate himself. He will feel depressed. But if he eats some like hyper green shit, something helpful like some clean food, some steak, some leaves, I don't know what they eat, right? He's gonna feel great. He's happy. He's more happy. He's as happy as the guy who's playing video games for 6 hours, right? But the video games are scientifically more stimulating than eating healthy food, which is true. But this is where the self-image comes to play, is because when a person is aligned and doing the actions of their self-image, they'll feel so much happier. Let me give you an example of this. If you've ever been like a gooner or like a video gamer, well, every time you do the action, you feel like shit. Of course, that's because the dopamine goes up and then crashes. That's normal. That's scientific. But if you like think closely, right, just pull yourself back to one of those moments, whether you relapse or just played games 6 hours, you feel like shit, right? That's normal. But there's almost this little comfort, this small amount of warmth within there. It's strange. You feel like comfort in being sad, and that feeling is what I believe is the self-image kicking in. You hate being a gooner, of course. That's your logical brain thinking, but your self-image is part of your subconscious, which operates based on emotion. And that subconscious realizes that you're following your self-images when you see yourself as a gooner or whatever, right? And it'll make you feel almost like you're doing the correct thing, even though the rest of your body's telling you to stop doing it. That's a really weird and bad place you don't want to be in. So let's go back to the gym example, more positive example. Every time he hits a workout, trains till failure, eats clean, his brain is happy, right? And he's going to be happy because he did the hard work, which is going to increase like delayed gratification, which is scientifically proven to make you happy. So now the gym guy has two sources of happiness, the scientific one and the self-image. And while that will prompt him to make more, do more, and essentially make better progress, which will also boost his happiness. You see where I'm going here? So this is what you just need to know, this concept of self-image and how it literally will affect your happiness. So now in the next section, I'm going to teach you how you should implement this into your own life, this concept. So the way we implement this self-image into our life to make the grind more fun is essentially step one. You should have some defined goals. You know what you are. So you know what you want. 10K a month, jacked, good social skills, right? That's the example I use every day because that's a pretty popular example. And I'm pretty sure and everyone, especially you watching this, will want. Because there's nothing wrong with them, right? So let's say you have these goals. What you need to do is imagine yourself already achieved them. The reason we do this is so that we can see what the version of you who have achieved these goals, how does he think? How does he act? How does he look? How does he speak, right? Everything, every single detail, we want to get that down. Make sure, I'd recommend writing this down just to keep it there. You can come back to this later each day in the morning, which I will get back to later in the next section. But for now, have your three is a good number just to have, like, roughly for this kind of exercise. Have this amount of goals there, and make sure they're defined and specific. Don't just say I want to be rich. Just have some, like, I want to be 10K a month online. I don't, right? Just have some idea. Don't be stupid with it. Make it just use your brain, man. Just think, right? So once you've done this, have 3 defined goals, and you figured out what kind of person or version of you will be required to achieve these goals, right? And you've written that down. You're ready to go to the next section. So now what we're going to do is, now that you have your goals and your tasks, which is this is your grind essentially. So if we weren't doing the self-image thing in this video, what I'll tell you now to do is essentially just stay consistent and do the work, regardless of how you feel. That is like the standard self-improvement advice that you've been hearing for most of your life now. What I'm going to tell you now is different, which is basically to, not you have these, schedule them in, which is common, but now when you do them, you don't feel like you're doing hard work. Feel like it's natural. Of course, it's going to be hard because you haven't done this before, but you need to brainwash yourself to do this. So the way you do this, there's 2 ways, 2 methods. One's more passive, one's more like active. I'll tell you the passive one first. Is each morning before you wake up, make this a part of your morning routine. It is to visualize yourself doing these tasks and enjoying them. And then, yes, essentially. So let's give me an example. It could be a workout. Let's say you're in the morning, you have a workout scheduled later in the day. And in this visualization session that you will be doing, you're going to visualize yourself hitting the workouts. Right? You're doing bicep curls, whatever. Trying to fail, your face is all scrunched up like this and you can't even move, you're like shaking. And then what you're going to do is visualize that. As detailed and as vivid as possible, you'll get that down in your head, right? It's like a movie, right? 4K, 1080p, right? Whatever, Ultra HD, right? Pure, like, vivid imagination to make this work extra, like, more efficient and more potent. So once you got this done, you'll feel something, like an emotional response, because your brain cannot tell the difference, so your nervous system cannot tell the difference between a real and an vividly imagined experience. So now that you've done this, your brain already feels like you've completed the workout, and then you feel happy. Inject a feeling of success to say that you did it. So this success feeling, which I got and learned from Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, is almost, can be gotten from anything. Like waking up can be considered a success. If you've brushed your teeth and stood up today, you can say that you've done that and that's success feeling. So repeat that statement that you did it, you feel like you did it, and that will trick your brain into thinking that you've already hit that workout and you're enjoying yourself. So then your brain will like think about it. This guy kind of likes, he hit a good workout. You hit a good workout, and you start to enjoying it, right? Then you begin to enjoy it. Your brain you already completed the hard work, and you're already happy. Now you'll be more likely to do it and enjoy it. And the second thing, when you're actually doing the task, this is different to the first method. Is like positively put like implant statements into your mind. So if you're like in the gym, like literally like live in the gym right now, you would say, I like the gym. I am a person who works out. Almost these autistic phrases, like some kind of dystopian government conditioning like the citizens, right? But you're doing it for good, right? You're saying, I like the gym. I'm a person who works out. I am an athlete. It's almost these like little affirmations. These affirmations won't work unless you actually do the thing. You can't just stand in the mirror and yell these. They won't do anything, right? You have to be actively doing the thing, which, yeah, so make sure you pair the first one, first like visualization thing, in the morning or before you do the task, and then the affirmations while you're doing the task and after you've done the task. So that's that. So this final way to make the grind more fun, it's not really like a practical piece of advice, but it's more like a mindset shift, which is equally as important when done right. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that you don't need to you don't grind so that you can be happy. You can grind while being happy. Or no, the grind will make you happy, essentially. Your fun, your happiness comes from the grind, comes from doing the hard work. Hard work, if you watch this video, right? You don't have to have this like mental picture of yourself all like smug with like a hoodie on, just like going in the cold. Just picture yourself with a smile, enjoying yourself, right? Pushing hard, you're not bitching out, right? You're pushing hard, you're laughing, you have a smile on your face, you almost have this warmth around you. Similar, you can do this with the visualizations too, because like whenever someone says grind and lock in, you always see yourself alone in some dark room with some like doing some work and computer all alone, all like serious and all like a robotic, right? I don't know why, but it's almost natural for us to picture ourselves like that. And when we picture ourselves like we're not gonna be happy. You have already pictured yourself not happy. What do you think is gonna happen when you actually do it, right? So what I'm trying to tell you here is that picture yourself happy. Why are you picturing yourself sad? You don't need to picture yourself sad because it won't do anything. You're just making yourself sad, and when you're sad, you make worse progress. Whenever you're happy, everything you do in life will increase. I don't think I need to like elaborate further than that because it's pretty common sense. Like tell me like a day that you were happy and things went wrong, because of course you could like have a freak. Don't give me like niche examples, but like generally when you're happier, you'll do better and everything. You'll be more social, more productive, and it's overall better. You'll have a better life experience. So next time, or like what I want you to take away from this little bit is that you enjoy the grind. You don't have to. The grind doesn't have to be some like hateful thing that you have to do for the next like 12 months. You can wake up and enjoy every moment, even if you made zero progress. That's the fun part. The fun part is the pursuit, the like putting in the hours. That is the fun. Arguably more fun than the results itself. So if you ever ask a successful person, look back, that the results are great, but they enjoy the late nights, like the early mornings that they've put in consistently. That's where the real fun comes from. I want you to have this mindset now so that you can make better and quicker progress. So that's basically everything I have in this video about making the grind fun. If you follow these pretty closely and stay consistently for about 2 weeks without any judgment, I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, you're going to see some great results. You can be more happy in general. Like everything will work out if you just trust my advice here. Give it a try. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry, but I don't think this will happen to any people if you do it correctly. So that's all I have for this video, and I'd like to end with one final statement saying that I am on a mission, which is to help at least 10,000 people remove their little mental restraints that are holding them back from achieving their true potential. Because I like to believe that we all have a certain true potential and a gift to offer the world, but sadly it gets stifled away and choked away by things like our beliefs, people around us, everything, the world essentially, the events that happen, that gets all like muddled up and messes everything up. So what I'm trying to do with these little videos that I post is try to help people remove these things one by one so they can become better essentially and actually be like live up to what they're meant to do. So if this has helped you, I would consider subscribing so that you get more videos like this and more people can see this video too, possibly helping another person unlock their potential. So that's all I have for today. Thank you and see you in the next one.